It's a lovely afternoon here in Anguilla, right in the middle of George Hill Road. And we want to say thanks for joining us live. Thank you for taking the time to be with us for this live. It is a live pre-order product launch. It's a magnet with this scene, a first of its kind in Anguilla. And with me this afternoon, I have Mr. Evan Gums, and he has been very instrumental in making this place so aesthetically pleasing. Of course, not by himself, his group, and he's going to be telling us a little bit about it. But today we're taking time to say that on December 11th, 2022, which is the one-year anniversary of Anguilla having its first international commercial flight landing right there. I'm not sure if I could get the cameraman to pan how close the airport strip is right there. And in the background, you'll see lovely St. Martin as well. And so on December 11, 2022, what we're gonna have, which is our anniversary of that flight, we're gonna have the launch of a magnet, which was from a picture that was taken here in December last year. And so today, what's happening today is that we are allowing and offering you the privilege of pre-ordering that magnet. It's going to go on sale on the 11th of December, but if you want to pre-order and make sure that you have one to keep for yourself to commemorate the day, the moment, the experience, and to save for your generations to come, you can pre-order at the end of this live. We're going to shoot you out to the link that you can go to pre-order. Because I can't guarantee that we're going to have enough for everybody. So I suggest pre-ordering, and today is when we kick off the pre-ordering. So Evan, sorry. Tell us about this spot in terms of how the idea came about from the beginning and everything we need to know about this garden in the middle of our street here on the George Hill Main Road.
Okay, first of all, when we saw the project, when they were walking on the road, a brother from the church, Ivo Gum, said we should take on this as a community project and as a church project. So,
which church?
Outreach Baptist Church. Okay. And so I put it out to the pastor, and the pastor...
Which pastor?
Pastor Cecil Richardson. And he threw it out to the members, and we decided we'd take on this project. So we just started planting flowers, and we got a lot of contributions from many folks. Lots of people don't want the names mentioned.
Right.
And so
I agree.
It's a church and a community project as well as an Anguillan project because everybody's involved. So.
Yes. And so when, do you know the month you started working on it?
Oh, I don't recall, to be honest. Quite a few months, somewhere last year though.
Right. So tell us about some of the plants you have here.
Well, to be honest, I'm not familiar with the names of plants, but we try to use plants that the goats can't eat, but the goats are still eating everything. And during the dry season, they were just eating just about everything.
Okay, so I mean, from my list, some desert roses, and the popes. When the popes, I know that one for sure. Right. When the popes bear, I will be crossing the street and making sure to collect one. I see some yellow buttercups. And then we have what we call for it. Yeah. But for those of you who may not be familiar with Anguilla, we are on the George Hill Main Road, we call it. That's not the official name though. And so if we continue taking this left, the Wallace Ray Drive, if we take this left going down here, we will end up on the Jeremiah Highway, and that will, one shot, you're straight into Bloom Point, straight on the pier, and you can easily catch a ferry to go over to St. Martin. But if you continue straight down the Wallace Ray Drive, it'll carry you all the way down to close to Anguillita. You just then have to jump off and then swim it over. But this is definitely the main road in Anguilla. And for those Anguillans who haven't been home in a while, this is something that you might have missed. And again, it's a garden done by, we have it on par. And so that's the garden part. And I noticed that you went to chips instead of what you had before. Grass or rocks?
Grass.
Grass. But the chips keep the dirt more moist, right?
Yeah. And it helps to keep the grass down too.
Helps to keep the grass down too. But then we have the plants, yes. But then this here, I think this here kind of makes it, don't you think? Because this sign here, was this part of your plan?
No, but
right. So tell us about it.
Some of the members in the group, they started looking around doing hunting, I would say. And then they went over to High Tech, and they had the sign, and he donated
High Tech Signs, yes.
And they donated it to the group. He said we can put it here. So we were glad to take it.
Okay. So this was something he already had made?
Yeah, this was made already.
We did, Andy Brown was scheduled to be here, Andy from High Tech, but however, he had an emergency. That's a big truck. And they had an emergency, so he couldn't make it. But from the little he's told me is that he had the sign originally for another purpose, and it was just sitting there. And I believe that was the hand of God. Because I think the sign was especially specifically made for here. What do you think?
I think so. Perfect.
Yes. It was, that's the right one. We are going to have our camera people just pan to that flight. So the sign is placed in the middle of here, and it says Anguilla. Yeah, can you see the sign? You got the sign? Great. It says Anguilla, and then we have a map of outline of the shape of Anguilla as well. God has blessed us to live here, and for those of us who recognize that fact, we give thanks. And we appreciate the fact. Here we go. Woo! There we go. Touchdown. Well, I'm not sure if anybody on the plane itself is looking at this live. If you are, hi. So the sign now is here, and it says Anguilla. It says Anguilla, and just the word Anguilla says a lot. It says beyond extraordinary. It says tranquility wrapped in blue. And now you can capture this spot. You can capture that moment on 11 December 2021 when our first international commercial flight landed here. And so one of the ways you can capture it is not only in picture but also in magnet. And it's going to be available on 11 December 2022. But right now, we're going to show you a little picture of what the magnet looks like. And then you can go straight to Sandy Ground Tales on Facebook. And you can go to Instagram SGT series. And when you see what the magnet looks like, you see what think about how many you want to order, and then you also go to the link and you order. You can pre-order using NCBA direct transfers online. You can pre-order by PayPal, and so we made it that's another truck. We've made it very easy to pre-order. So click how many you want, make your payment, we will contact you, your order is done. If you just call and say that you want to order as well, that can be done, but your order isn't confirmed until the payment is made. So again, today we launched that pre-order option, offer, and then 11 December, on the anniversary of that first commercial flight, international commercial flight into Anguilla, on the 11th of December, the magnets will be made available. It commemorates that day. And just looking back at that day, tell me about the excitement that ran through you on that day. Did you work that around that time?
Yeah, I was at work, and just to see our first commercial flight coming in over the tire shop, we ran out in the yard and looking at it. Was really extremely real nice to see it. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure all the customers, workers were out in the yard, right?
Lots of people over there.
Lots of people. Up here was lots of people on top. This bar and restaurant, there was lots of people. I think that day everything in Anguilla stopped at that moment, to see that. It felt like a country united in what in something that was benefiting us, and something that was a first to us. There were some persons here from overseas who couldn't understand why y'all, what is it about? And it's not even that the plane was a big plane, really, It was the fact that something was happening. History was being made. And so with this magnet, I thank God for the opportunity to capture that flight. I remember that. I remember standing in the road a little bit, and I had banked on the fact that all traffic would stop. And all traffic did stop on the George Hill Road. And then just my hands were trembling. I was like, oh God, am I gonna get it? Oh God, am I gonna get it? And for almost a half an hour, 45 minutes to see if I got it, because I was so wondering if I got it. But to capture history that was made for us, 50, 100, 250 years down the road, be very special to somebody. So you're encouraged to join in with the the fever of that day and purchase a magnet that's coming out this December 11th.
Yeah, well, I would encourage people to buy magnets. Every time I travel, whichever country I go to, I always choose a magnet of that country and I just put them on my fridge.
That's true. I do that too.
Yeah, so I already ordered my magnet.
Yes,
so.
you did. He did. I think he was the first civilian to do so. And so
I encourage everybody to do the same. Just get one piece.
Yeah,
keep.
one piece is
It'll be a historic piece down there.
Yes.
I like history.
Yes.
Anything that's old, so maybe if I live another 50 years, that's gonna be a historic piece for me.
I didn't mention the magnets cost $10 US each, and so it's doable. And again, want to say thank you for being with us in Anguilla, always in Anguilla. Want to say thanks for joining us amidst the truck, and look forward to hearing from you, and look forward to getting your pre-orders. God bless. Thank you.
I gotta say something.
Okay, go ahead.
I love Anguilla.
We all love Anguilla. We all love Anguilla. Rainbow City, Anguilla. God bless and take care.
God bless.
Thank you.
I'm not good at interviews.
You were excellent.
I see when you should.